It was the first snowfall of December when Charlotte received an unexpected email. The subject read, "Exclusive invitation to Christmas at Willow Creek Manor." The message explained that she was one of the lucky 10 chosen to spend Christmas at a historic, luxurious estate in Maine. Though Charlotte didn't recall entering any contest, the prospect of a free vacation was too enticing to ignore. Willow Creek Manor was known for its history, a Victorian mansion nestled deep in the snowy woods, isolated from the outside world. Built in the late 1800s, it had been abandoned for years before a mysterious owner restored it. Rumors swirled about the place, ghost sightings, strange disappearances, but Charlotte brushed them off as small-town myths. By December 23rd, Charlotte arrived at the manor along with 9 strangers. They were greeted by a butler, Mr. Hargrove, who seemed oddly formal and reserved. The mansion was breathtaking, with grand chandeliers, richly decorated Christmas trees, and roaring fireplaces. Yet something about the place felt off. The air was heavy, and the silence seemed to echo more than it should. That night, the group gathered in the dining hall, where Mr. Hargrove read aloud from an old parchment, "Welcome to Willow Creek Manor. May your Christmas be filled with cheer and truth." The guests exchanged uneasy glances. Truth? What did that mean? The next morning, Charlotte decided to explore. She wandered through endless hallways adorned with antique paintings. At the end of one hallway, she found a staircase leading to the attic. A sign on the door read, "Do not enter." Curiosity got the better of her. She pushed the door open, revealing a dusty attic filled with cobwebbed furniture, old toys, and a cracked mirror in the corner. Charlotte felt a strange pull toward the mirror. Its surface shimmered faintly, though the room was dim. When she glanced into it, she saw not her reflection, but fleeting images of the other guests. And something else. A shadow moved behind them in the mirror. Startled, she stumbled back, knocking over a box. Inside were yellowed photographs of a family, the previous owners perhaps. Their faces looked familiar, eerily similar to the other guests. As the days passed, strange things began to happen. One guest claimed to hear footsteps outside their room at night. Another swore they saw a figure watching them from the forest. On Christmas Eve, a snowstorm hit, cutting off power and leaving the group trapped in darkness. Charlotte and another guest, Jack, decided to confront Mr. Hargrove. They found him in the study, staring into the fireplace. He finally revealed the truth. "You were all chosen because you are connected to the tragedy of this house. Each of you is a descendant of someone who wronged the original owners of Willow Creek Manor. This Christmas, the manor demands justice." Before they could question him further, the fire in the fireplace roared to life, and Mr. Hargrove vanished into the flames. The guests panicked as the mansion seemed to come alive. Doors slammed shut, the temperature dropped, and whispers echoed through the halls. Charlotte led the group to the attic, convinced the mirror held the key to their escape. One by one, they were pulled into the mirror, each forced to relive the sins of their ancestors. Charlotte saw a woman, her great-grandmother, stealing from the manor's original family. The mirror demanded repentance, but those who refused were consumed by its shadowy depths. By Christmas morning, only Charlotte and Jack remained. They confronted the mirror, pleading for forgiveness. The shadowy figure stepped out of the glass. It was the spirit of the manor's original owner. "You cannot undo the past, but you can break the cycle," the spirit whispered. Charlotte smashed the mirror with a nearby candlestick. The glass shattered, releasing a blinding light that engulfed the room. When Charlotte woke up, she was outside the manor, the snowstorm gone. The mansion was in ruins, as if no one had lived there for decades. Jack was nowhere to be found. As she walked back toward the road, she found an old photograph in her pocket. It was of the manor's original family, and standing among them was Charlotte herself. The curse had been broken, but Charlotte would never forget the haunting truth. Some secrets refused to stay buried. Days had passed since Charlotte escaped Willow Creek Manor, yet her mind was plagued by dreams, or perhaps memories of the horrors she endured. She tried to convince herself it was over, but the photograph she found in her pocket told a different story. Why was she in that picture? And why did the faces of the other guests seem more familiar with each passing day? On the evening of New Year's Eve, Charlotte received an unmarked envelope in the mail. There was no return address. Her heart sank as she opened it and pulled out another photograph. This one showed the ruins of Willow Creek Manor, but this time,